brutal rule. I thought an interesting comment was made when somebody said to me, I heard somebody say, where's Mandela? Well, Mandela's dead because Saddam Hussein killed all the Mandelas. He was a brutal tyrant that divided people up and split families, and people are recovering from this. So there's a psychological recovery that is taking place, and it's hard work for him, and I understand it's hard work for him. He said that I'm not going to give him a pass when it comes to the central government's reconciliation efforts. I also said in my speech, local politics will drive national politics, and I believe that. I believe as more reconciliation takes place at the local level, you'll see a more responsive central government.
Everybody in the neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said.
honestly expressing yourself. It is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean, blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can
absolutely no scientific basis whatsoever, any fears about anything dangerous that might be produced by the LHC. But let me tell you why I feel so sure about this. What the LHC is going to be doing is recreating under controlled laboratory conditions collisions that have been made on Earth for billions of years by cosmic rays coming from outer space. All the time, continuously, the Earth is bombarded by cosmic rays. And many of these cosmic rays have energies which are far beyond what the LHC is going to be able to achieve. The point about the LHC is that you can study these collisions that nature does all the time in a systematic and controlled way inside the laboratory. Now, if there was anything dangerous that the LHC could conceivably produce, those cosmic rays would already have produced it.
Trying to download it.
He told me enough. He told me you. I am your father. That's not true. That's impossible. Search for things you know to be true.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my disgrace, boiling heat, summer stench, neath the blacklit sky looks there, call my name through the crane, and I'll hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come?
Oh, well, when I saw the State of the Black Union, Dick Gregory really moved me and a lot of my friends. I showed it to everybody coming to the house, especially white folks, because they need to hear that, you know, so that they know more about all of us. Because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so that's cool. A jet just went on. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in the neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay? And you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever, and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it, because I was so moved that I had to write the song. The other thing is the first line of the song says I was born on the same plantation in the United States of the red, white, and blue. And we live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. You know, when I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. You know, I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Just tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks, but don't, you know, don't tell me something that you think I'm supposed to.
won't you come and wash away the red and black hole sun? Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Start a rain, cold and damp, steal the warmth with dire spread. Times are gone for honest men, and sometimes far too long for slaves. In my shoes, walking slim, in my soul I pray to keep and to send no one sings like you anymore. You want to call somebody?
I am not paying for fraud.
Good. Stay here, still. Don't tell anybody. Nobody. Be good. Be good.
Oh, God!
Elliot.
What?
Elliot.
I taught him how to talk now. He can talk now.
Elliot.
Look what he brought up here all by himself.
Elliot.
What's he need this stuff for?
Elliot.
E.T., can you say that? Can you say E.T.? E.T.
E.T. E.T. Be good.
Be good. I taught him that too.
You should give him his dignity. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Phone.
Phone? He said phone? He said phone?
Can't you understand English? He said phone.
Home.
You're right. That's E.T.'s home.
E.T. Home phone.
E.T. phone home. phone home. He wants to call somebody.
What's all this shit?
Oh, my God, he's talking.
Oh.
E.T. phone home.
Phone home.
And they'll come.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, might as well say, would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?
Welcome to the BBC News Desk. We have breaking news of a serious incident between Russian and NATO forces near the coast of Latvia. Although the details are uncertain, early reports indicate that a Russian surveillance aircraft was fired upon by naval vessels of NATO forces operating in that region, after apparently straying into Latvian sovereign airspace. It's unclear at this stage whether the Russian aircraft was shot down or not. This incident comes in the wake of a similar event some time ago, in which 2 Russian pilots were killed after being shot down by Turkish surface-to-air missiles near the border with Syria. It's not known what caused this latest incident.
Strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. your bed. Oh, who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, express myself honestly. That, my friend, is very hard to do. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
I've told people all over the world that Bruce Lee was one of my idols, mainly because of his mental stability, because of his fighting spirit, because it was more mental than just physical. For him, it was like what he called emotional content.
See, the idea is running water never grows stale, so you got to just keep on flowing.
My dad was an extremely caring person. He really wanted to help people.
We need emotional content. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory. Do you understand?
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
La la la, Luke. Luke, I am your father. Lord, la lo, lo, la lo.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time. Look, your father wants you to check out the delay problems we're having at the loading dock. Now, I know you'd love to just sit there and keep being not slim, but we gotta work a little today, okay?
That was from Star Wars.
I know.
I want to tell you my secret now. I see dead people.
In your dreams?
see them. The power of Christ compels you. 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 The power of Christ compels you.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
Hello, Chewbacca.
Chisa, Pija, Wanky Chewbacca. Kanchi Tagroid.
Yes, I am your worship for this. Yes?
Yuba, Corado Kamawalpa. Yes, Kachung, Kawawoki.
The illustrious Jabba bids you welcome and will gladly pay you the reward of 25,000.
You know.
50,000, no less.
Come. Stay.
I believe that humanity is on the cusp of the most important technological, societal revolution that's ever occurred. And that's when we got to the point where the machines that we build outpace us in every respect. I don't mean that they're better calculators. I don't mean that they're better at searching. I mean everything. And I think that we're very close. And my prediction is that within 15 years, we will have machines that outpace humans in everything. Thank you very much.
Brutal rule. I thought an interesting comment was made when somebody said to me, I heard somebody say, where's Mandela? Well, Mandela's dead because Saddam Hussein killed all the Mandelas. He was a brutal tyrant that divided people up and split families, and people are recovering from this. So there's a psychological recovery that is taking place, and it's hard work for him, and I understand it's hard work for him. He said that I'm not going to give him a pass when it comes to the central government's reconciliation efforts. I also said in my speech, local politics will drive national politics, and I believe that. I believe as more reconciliation takes place at the local level, you'll see a more responsive central government.
so that they know more about him, because what he said affects us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. You know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and oh, that's cool. A jet just went by. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in the neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said.
Honestly expressing yourself, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean, blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can